It is the greatest tournament in professional wrestling. For 1 month, the finest wrestlers on the planet do battle while the world watches. For 1 month, we as fans come together as one, while 20 of the best battle to decide who will be the one. Never are matches more anticipated, and never are they more analysed. So as G1 Climax 30 approaches, let's look at the statistical factors at play. From brief beginnings as a 4-night 14-match tournament in 1991 to the 91-match month-long marathon of the modern era, 1,460 match results have been rendered in G1 history, either by pinfall, submission, DQ, countout, or forfeit, as the punishment forced wrestlers out the running. That includes Chono Tenzan, forced out of the running in 2013, but the third-generation member knows the rigors of the tournament more than anybody, with 21 entries in all. A 1-year break in 2010, though, means that the record for most consecutive entries is shared by Yuji Nagata, and with his 2020 entry, Hiroshi Tanahashi at 19. Tanahashi, in fact, can rightly be called the Iron Man of G1 competition, with a huge 140 matches wrestled in the tournament, 82 of which ending in victory. The ace is also tied for second in most overall G1 victories. 3 times Tanahashi has held aloft the famous trophy and flown the winner's flag, once a little too enthusiastically. His wins in 2007, 2015 and 2018 matched the record that Tenzan set in 2003, 2004 and 2006. But those two are second to Masahiro Chono's 5-win. Tenzan and Chono are in fact the only 2 wrestlers to win back-to-back G1s, and Tenzan shares another record too. Discounting years where single elimination rules were at play, in 2006 he became only the second man after Riki Choshu a decade earlier to win every single match in the tournament. In the modern league-based format of the G1, consistency is key, and Kazuchika Okada holds the record for consistent greatness. Between 2018 and 2019, Okada went on a 13-match undefeated streak of 12-0-1, the hottest streak in tournament history. Honourable mention should go to Bad Luck Fale, who went through the whole of G1 Climax in 2018 without being pinned or submitted. Instead, his 3-6 record came from 6 disqualification losses, the most in history. A historic 2018 saw Tanahashi victorious after defeating Kota Ibushi in the final. The longest match in G1 history clocked in at 35 minutes. Meanwhile, Okada logged a record for a longest group match in defeat against Sanada at Osaka in 2019. All group matches in the G1 have a 30-minute time limit, and the 2 men went right to the wire when Cold Skull beat his rival with just 13 seconds left on the clock. From longest matches to shortest, Kenzo Suzuki won the shortest G1 match in 2002 when he beat Tadao Yasuda in just 37 seconds. Toru Yano will always be willing to say he isn't paid by the hour, and has logged the shortest match in every G1 for the last 6 years running. 50 seconds is his personal best in 2015 against Kota Ibushi. Can he beat that this year? Speaking of speed, after the first G1 Climax in 1991, only 3 men can say they seized G1 Climax glory on their first try: Hiroki Goto in 2008, Kazuchika Okada in 2012, and Kenny Omega in 2016. One of 40 non-Japanese wrestlers to participate in the tournament, Omega's 2016 win is doubly impressive when considering only 2 other non-Japanese ever even made it to the finals, Rick Rude and Carl Anderson. Still, while Okada and Omega can count themselves in the IWGP Heavyweight Championship winning ranks as well, only 2 men have won the tournament as IWGP Champion, Keiji Muto in 1995 and Kensuke Sasaki in 2000. Yet trends were made to be bucked. This year, a huge trend is bucked as the event takes place in autumn for the first time, but the finals return to Ryogoku Sumo Hall. While Nippon Budokan has hosted the finals twice, and the Seibudon once in 2014, Ryogoku has seen the G1 winner crowned all 26 other times. That classic venue will stand in stark contrast to the newest venue on the G1 calendar. On October 14th, the brand new Yokohama Budokan will see its first ever pro wrestling event. In another first, G1 Climax 30 will be the first year with no debuting wrestlers, meaning everyone in the field knows just how fiercely competitive and important this tournament is. All in all, 114 individuals have done battle in the G1 Climax, but in this landmark 30th year, who will be the one? Find out live and on demand only on NJPWWorld.com, the king of sports streaming services.